My name is Daniel Vargas. I am an assistant professor of law at FGV Law School in Rio de Janeiro. And it is an honor and a pleasure to be back to the US, where I have developed most of my graduate studies. The theme of this panel is law and political science. And the question which has been presented to our speakers is, in summary, this: how can Brazilian and American academia collaborate in research to foster the development of institutions in both countries? To answer this question, we have three generations of legal scholars who have dedicated a significant part of their life and scholarship to understanding, thinking, and researching the relationship between Brazilian and American legal culture and legal academia. Our first speaker will be Professor Sérgio Guerra. Professor Guerra is an expert on administrative law and regulation, an area in which he has over 30 years of academic and professional experience. Over the recent years, Professor Guerra has focused part of his energy in contrasting the history of the development of the American administrative state and the Brazilian administrative state. He is the editor of the Brazilian Administrative Law Review, has published many books and articles on the field. He is the current dean of FGV Law School, and most importantly, an alum of Yale. Our second speaker will be Professor David Trubeck. Professor Trubeck is Professor of Law and Dean of International Studies at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He's also a Senior Research Fellow at Harvard Law School. He has been the legal advisor to the USAID mission to Brazil in the 70s. And since then, he has kept a very close relationship to Brazil and Brazilian studies. Professor Trubeck has supported and taught many generations of young scholars who have come to the US or who have tried to develop their ideas in Brazil, and has taught at Yale and Harvard Law Schools. Some of his latest books include The Brazilian Legal Profession in the Age of Globalization and The Law and Developmental State, the Brazilian Experience in Latin America. Our third speaker will be Professor Fábio Sá e Silva, Assistant Professor of International Studies and Whitcary Professor of Brazilian Studies at the University of Oklahoma. Professor Fábio holds a BA in Legal Studies at the University of São Paulo, an LLM at Brasilia University, where we were classmates. And after that, he went to finish his PhD in law at Northeastern University as a Fulbright Fellow. He holds more than 15 years of experience at policy making and analyzing issues of law and justice and beyond. He has served at the Ministry of Justice and at the Institute of Applied Economic Research. So I suggest that we follow a simpler structure in this panel, maybe a more traditional organizational method. Professor Sérgio Guerra will speak first for about 15 to 20 minutes, followed by Professor Trubeck and Fábio. And after that, we open for Q&A of the public and also for an interaction among the panelists. So, Professor Guerra.